You love your cat. You feed them. You clean their litter. You let them sleep on your chest at 2 in the morning because honestly, you don't mind. You think you're doing everything right. But what if the things you do every single day, small habits, the little shortcuts, the moments of pure love, are slowly destroying their kidneys from the inside? Kidney disease is the #1 killer of cats worldwide. Not cancer, not accidents, kidney disease. And here's the part that should make you stop cold. Cats are biologically wired to conceal pain. By the time your cat shows a single symptom, vets estimate that 70 to 75% of kidney function is already gone. Already gone. Vets see it every single week. Cats coming in too late, with kidneys already failing because of mistakes their owners made. Every day without ever realizing the harm they were causing. Today, I'm going to walk you through 14 of those mistakes. I promise you, by the time we reach mistake number 4, you will stop what you are doing and make a change right away. Let's get into it. Mistake 1. Feeding your cat a dry food-only diet. You open the bag, you fill the bowl, your cat eats. You feel like a responsible pet owner, and on the surface you are. But underneath that routine, something is happening inside. Your cat's body that most owners never find out about until it is far too late. Cats are not small dogs. They are obligate carnivores who evolved in desert environments, designed by nature to get the majority of their water not from a bowl, but from their prey. A mouse is roughly 70% water. The kibble in your cat's bowl is roughly 10%. That gap is not a minor inconvenience. It is a daily physiological crisis unfolding in slow motion. When a cat does not get enough moisture from food, their kidneys compensate by concentrating urine to preserve water in the body. That sounds like a smart adaptation in the short term. It is. But when the kidneys are forced to produce maximally concentrated urine every single day for months and years, the filtering structures inside begin to strain under that pressure. The tubules thicken, the tissue stiffens, the efficiency drops. Research in feline nephrology found that cats fed exclusively dry diets show significantly lower urine water content and measurably higher kidney stress markers compared to cats. On mixed or wet food diets, think of it like running an engine with barely enough coolant. It keeps going, does not overheat dramatically, but the internal wear happening every single mile is invisible until the engine seizes completely. The fix is straightforward. Introduce wet food into your cat's diet. Even replacing one dry meal per day with a wet food meal meaningfully increases daily moisture intake and reduces the chronic strain on the kidneys. Mistake 2. Using the wrong water bowl. Here's something almost no one talks about and almost every cat owner gets wrong. Your cat may be avoiding their water bowl on purpose. Not because they are not thirsty, because drinking from it is genuinely uncomfortable. And that discomfort multiplied across every single day quietly pushes your cat toward chronic dehydration. Cats have long, sensitive whiskers packed with nerve endings designed to detect movement and spatial information. When a water bowl is too small or too deep, those whiskers press against the edges every time your cat leans in to drink. This is called whisker fatigue. And for many cats, it is not a minor annoyance. It is enough of a deterrent that they will walk away from the bowl and simply not drink. Now add the material problem. Many owners use plastic bowls. Plastic scratches easily, even when it looks smooth. Those microscopic scratches harbor bacteria and release low levels of chemical compounds that cats, with their extraordinarily sensitive sense of smell, can detect and find off-putting. The result is a cat who approaches the bowl, hesitates, and walks away. A cat who is not drinking enough is a cat whose kidneys are working harder than they should every single hour of every single day. Think of it like being forced to drink through something that scratches your face every single time. Eventually you stop trying. The fix costs almost nothing. Switch to a wide, shallow ceramic or stainless steel bowl. Better yet, invest in a cat water fountain. Moving water is more appealing to cats instinctively, and fountains dramatically increase voluntary water intake in most cats. Mistake 3. Never properly cleaning the water fountain or bowl. Quick question, when did you last take your cat's water fountain completely apart and scrub every individual component? not rinse it, not wipe the surface, fully disassemble it, and scrub it. If you are pausing right now, that pause is the problem. Here's what is living inside that fountain. While your cat drinks from it every day, the pump housing, the tubing, the reservoir, every surface that holds standing water is coated in biofilm. The same structured bacterial colony we talked about in water bowls, except in a fountain, it has more surfaces, more hidden corners, and a pump mechanism that circulates bacteria through the water continuously. Veterinary microbiology research found that pet water fountains left without deep cleaning for more than a week develop biofilm colonies containing pathogens directly linked to pyelonephritis, a persistent bacterial infection of the kidney tissue itself. Your cat drinks. The bacteria travel. The kidneys absorb the damage in increments so small you will never notice a single symptom until a significant portion of function is already gone. Think of it like a slow leak inside a wall. You cannot see it, you cannot smell it. But by the time the ceiling shows damage, the structure behind it has been quietly deteriorating for months. The solution is simple. Disassemble the fountain completely once a week. Scrub every surface with hot water and pet-safe soap. Replace the filter on schedule. If your cat uses a standard bowl, scrub it daily. Clean water in a clean vessel is one of the most powerful things you can do for your cat's kidneys right now. Mistake 4, giving your cat human painkillers. Your cat is moving stiffly. Maybe after a fall, maybe they just seem off, and you want to help them right now. Tonight. Before you can get to a vet, so you do what feels logical. You go to the medicine cabinet, you find the paracetamol, the Tylenol, and you think, just half a tablet, just to take the edge off. Stop. Do not do this. Not half a tablet, not a quarter, not a crumb. Here's what every vet knows, and not enough owners do. Cats do not have the liver enzyme required to metabolize paracetamol at all. This is not a sensitivity. It is a complete biological absence. When paracetamol enters a cat's system, it cannot be broken down. It accumulates. It converts into toxic compounds that destroy red blood cells and cut off oxygen supply to organs, including the kidneys. It triggers something called methemoglobinemia, where the blood loses its capacity to carry oxygen entirely. A single standard human tablet of paracetamol can kill a cat within 24 hours. Not damage them, kill them. And ibuprofen and aspirin, while operating through a different mechanism, cause the same acute renal shutdown that we see in cats at even lower doses. Think of it like pouring the wrong fuel into a precision engine that has zero tolerance for error. There is no running for a moment. The damage starts immediately. If your cat is in pain, call your vet. Call an emergency animal clinic. There are safe options available, but the medicine cabinet is never under any circumstances. The answer, mistake 5, feeding too much fish-based food. This one is going to surprise you because everything about feeding your catfish feels right. They love it. They go wild for it. You feel like you are giving them exactly what nature intended. But here is what nature actually intended, and why daily fish is quietly one of the most damaging dietary choices you can make for a cat's kidneys long term. Fish, particularly tuna and other ocean fish commonly used in cat food, is extremely high in two specific minerals, phosphorus and magnesium. In the right amounts, both are essential. But cats fed fish-heavy diets daily are consistently consuming phosphorus at levels that exceed what healthy kidneys can efficiently clear. When phosphorus intake chronically exceeds the body's needs, the kidneys take on the entire burden of filtering the excess from the bloodstream. Kidneys under persistent phosphorus overload respond by doing something irreversible. They scar. The scientific term is renal fibrosis. Healthy filtering cells are gradually replaced by scar tissue that cannot filter, cannot regenerate, and cannot be recovered. Additionally, a diet heavy in tuna specifically depletes vitamin E, leading to a painful inflammatory condition called steitis, which compounds overall systemic stress on the kidneys. Think of it like overwhelming a drainage system. It handles normal flow with ease, But flood it consistently, and it backs up, breaks down, and eventually stops working entirely. Fish is not poison, but it is a treat, not a daily staple. Rotate proteins, balance the diet. Because your cat loving something does not mean their kidneys can sustain it forever. Mistake 6. Ignoring your cat's dental health. Let me ask you something. When did you last actually look inside your cat's mouth? Not a glance, a real look at the teeth, at the gum line, at the yellowing crust building up along the base of each tooth. Most owners never do. And most owners have no idea that what is happening inside their cat's mouth right now has a direct and documented pathway to what is happening inside their kidneys. Here's the connection that vets understand but rarely explain clearly enough. When tartar accumulates along the gum